Game on.
Hey there, game gurus. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's been in the back of my mind for a long time, about the GRS Build-A-Cade. Now, the GRS Build-A-Cade started quite some time ago. I'll put a link down to this video. I had asked my friend Gary with Arcade Workshop to design me a 3D printed Donkey Kong. I knew Nintendo was never going to come out with one, so we kind of came up with this little guy right here, and it turned out really, really well. I really like the little barrel we have here for the volume on there. But it's running a Raspberry Pi, and the machine turned out really, really well. And the shape of the machine is pretty iconic. I mean, people know this shape is a Donkey Kong Jr. or a Popeye. So that was the original intent, just for me to have that Donkey Kong. But then I had the idea, well, maybe other people like that too. And that's when the GRS Build-A-Cade came onto the scene. And this is, of course, a 1/6 scale mini cabinet you can build yourself. I've talked about it so many times, you all know what it is, but that's kind of where this came from. And when you look at the two cases here, they're relatively similar. You know, basically it is more or less the same. I'm gonna try to do this without dropping it. God, I'll die if I drop it. But they're basically the same shape. We had to cut a little bit out of the cabinet because we don't want, you know, we're gonna get in trouble with the big N, Nintendo. So we did make some changes. Now, historically, or in its DNA, is still that Donkey Kong cabinet. I mean, we changed some things on it, but more or less it was the same. So what then started happening was people were asking for it. I'm like, well, we can't offer that. So what we did offer some files where people could 3D print new sides. So this is a 3D printed side, and you would replace this side here with this and a couple of the parts, and it would more or less make it look like this, okay? But you know, when you're printing these, they're not that easy. It's a lot of printing. It's gonna be, depending on the size of printer you have, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And you already have sides with your machine. I mean, you paid for this, and I'm all about, you know, saving people money and trying to make more with what you have. But again, this is an option. So if you go on like Thingiverse, you can get these files, and you can 3D print these, replace the sides, and turn your Build-A-Cade into the shape of the Donkey Kong. But it's nothing I can offer because we don't want to get in trouble with Nintendo. Obviously, maybe their shape. You know, I don't want to do that. So the good thing about 3D printing is, you know, you can, you know, do something like this. Like this is not done. This has been sitting again. Glenn has so many projects, never finishes. This is the next one I want to do, which is a Popeye, and it's basically using mostly Build-A-Cade parts, but it does have 3D printed sides on here. And you know, that's again a project I've been working on, and it's just sitting there like so many other ones, just sitting around. But I do what I would like to have, you know, a Donkey Kong, a Popeye, a Donkey Kong Jr., and so forth. There's a lot of cabinets that did use this size. Now, with the Build-A-Cade, you still could do lots of cool things. Another great thing you can get is great artwork for your regular Build-A-Cade. I mean, still a nice looking cabinet. And here's the Adventures of Robbie Roto from Escape Pod. I mean, it's a simple game, but the graphics on it looks really, really good. I mean, it's a beautiful looking artwork on the cabinet. And there's all kinds of things you can do. This is from Escape Pod. I have a video coming up for him for his artwork. And of course, we have, you know, Joe Szabo's Arcade, and he has actually acrylic artwork. So the artwork is actually printed under acrylic, and again, it looks fantastic right here. So the Build-A-Cade is still a great looking design, still could do a lot with it. But when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this was a lot of work to 3D print all this stuff. And I kept saying to myself, why should someone have to print all this stuff when the cabinet is mostly the same? And that's when I came up with, well, this little idea. So this I just cut out of some foam from actually the Build-A-Cade's box, the foam that was in there, and I made this little cutout. And like I said before, the shape of this is still mostly this. So what if I simply put back what we took out and let people print that? So that's where this came into place, and this would simply go in. See if I go in like this here, like so. Something like that. I mean, that's actually a poor, you know, it's just foam. But it's just to get the idea to, hey, why don't we just make something that people can print that's a lot simpler, a lot less printing, and still get you that same basic design. So if you look at it, now put it back in there, the cabinets are looking a lot more like one another. So again, I still have a little ways to go, but it's getting there with this. So I did get some files, and they get stuff out of the way over here, the other day. And this is kind of, it's still not done. Okay, I'm letting you know it's not done. But I want you guys to know that this is something that I've been wanting to do. It's, again, a passion project I get very excited about. And when I get excited about it, I talk about it maybe a little too soon, but in any case, here I am. So here is kind of the first 3D print. Now I printed it in gray so you can see the difference. Normally you print it in black so it'd be the same color as the cabinet. But you can see now the cabinet is looking a lot more like the Doncon cabinet. Again, it's not going to be 100%, but it gives you another design, another shape you can make your Build-A-Cade in. And this is something you can put in and take out. You put plexiglass in the front. And actually, if you give me 1 second here, I should give you just a basic idea of what you can do. I want to do it with my other cabinet. Flipped all over the place. Just to give you an example, this is my Popeye artwork, but you can take this and you have your cabinet like this, you have plexiglass in there, and you do something like this, and then bang, you have that style cabinet. Again, there's still some work that needs to be done on it. This is basically a single 3D print, and I think it needs to be printed in like 2 pieces so it's easier to get in and out. Right now you get the whole joystick assembly has to come out to make that fit in. But I'm going to show you a side-by-side comparison with my original 3D printed Donkey Kong and this, and you can see it's pretty much back to its original form. And if you do like this shape or want this type of shape, you leave everything still inside the machine. You leave the plexiglass inside the machine. You don't take anything out. But you can now add this and give a different style cabinet. And when you get artwork, we'll release artworks for this whole design here, so you cover up any seam you would see over here, and that'd be it. So that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video, was something that I want to get out to you guys. If you have a 3D printer, you can 3D print this and change the style of your Build-A-Cade cabinet a little bit more like this classic design. If you don't have a 3D printer, a lot of times you can go to a library. They have 3D printers there, they print it relatively cheap, or you can ask someone else. We won't be doing it. I won't be doing it for you guys. I'm sorry. I get too many requests as it is, and my printer is not the fastest to begin with. But I'm going to put options out there. I'm sure there's other people in the community who would be able to offer those type of services. But I wanted to show you we still have so many things still in the pipeline for the Build-A-Cade. So you can get it, I think, still at 20% off if it's your first order on T-Sticks on Thunderstickstudios.com. We have a coupon code, which I'll put in the link down below, and that'll give you 20% off your first order on a Build-A-Cade. But I have other videos still coming out. Again, have it right here. I have installed here is my new 6-button joystick, which uses new buttons for a different feel, especially with fighter games. Working on that. I have some other cabinets I want to do, but I'm waiting for some artwork still before I can show you what that is going to be from Escape Pod. Escape Pod has really done some nice work here. Again, Joe Sabo does really nice work. This depends on what you're looking for. Joe Sabo's only has certain machines he has available, like Cubert, Pac-Man, Arkanoid. Those are acrylic, and if you want those cabinets, that looks fantastic in the acrylic. But Escape Pod has a lot other options, and he's constantly making more and more every day. So again, this was just a video, kind of, I guess it's a teaser video. Not quite clickbait, because it's going to be something coming out, but more of a teaser video showing you what you could do with your Build-A-Cade. I do hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up on it. It just takes a second for you, but it really helps me out in the YouTube algorithms. And if you're not a current subscriber, maybe you will be kind and subscribe. We have a lot of stuff coming out still this year. I have a partnership with New Wave Toys, I have product announcements still coming out, and the best way to find this information out is to be a subscriber of the channel. But with that being said, I do thank you for watching the video. And no matter how much fun these things are, and I love tinkering, these type of things I absolutely love, including this Kai active TFT. That's not a decal. That is an active LCD panel up there that I just dropped a video on actually yesterday. on that. And as fun as all that stuff is, just remember, family, friends, loved ones, nothing takes precedence over them. These are fun, but you know, people are people, and your pets, all those type of things deserve some love from you guys. So make sure you take a moment to tell them that you love them, because tomorrow is never promised. But with that being said, in between those times, hell yeah, man, game on.
Are you looking for that arcade experience at home? If you don't have the space for a full-size arcade in your house or endless funds, then you need the GRS Build-A-Cade. It's arcade quality without the arcade price, from someone you can trust. The GRS Build-A-Cade is very simple, easy to assemble, 1/6 scale arcade computer you can build yourself. You can buy interchangeable controllers for every gaming option you need to play the games the way they're meant to be played. You can also design your own artwork or purchase artwork separately to make your GRS Build-A-Cade look like the machine of your dreams. The GRS Build-A-Cade is also the only home system STEM certified. Come see what all the YouTube creators are raving about. GRS Build-A-Cade.
Game on.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog.